Welcome back. We're back. We have a locals video, kind of like a film review like we did last time for the birthday tournament back in July. We're going to kind of commentate over this. We are playing Vinny, who is a good dude. We're going to link his channel down below. Vinny is a legit duelist. He got to show up. He goes to college during breaks. He likes to show up and just completely wipe everybody. So that's great. Vinny Al Berkdar. I'm sorry, Vinny Berkdar, if I said your last name wrong. But Vinny, cool dude. Vinny is on Mitsurugi Yummy, as you can kind of tell. We are playing Enneacraft. We finally got the cards for it. We have the Whale Field Center. We're going to shift her to start. He's going to Habakiri. I had no idea he was running Mitsurugi by this point. Or Yummy by this point. So we're just kind of sitting. There's not a whole lot for us to do in our deck. We don't run a whole lot of interaction hand traps outside of Ash and maybe Shifter. We don't have Purges. Maybe going to play Purges at some point. So we're kind of just hanging around. We're playing. We're talking. Vinny's a chill dude. We'll kind of speed it up a little bit here. Go a little bit quicker. Probably scrub a little bit through it. Mitsurugi Yummy lines. We have a bad glare on his field, so it's a little unfortunate for that aspect. But here we go. So we're going to go our turn. We're going to Alizonia effect to summon a monster face down. I don't know what we summon here, to be honest with you. We summoned something. I think we had Whale, potentially. We'll place him. We'll use the effect to pay 900 for cost. To go reveal 3 Enneacraft cards, and he's going to choose one randomly to go to my hand. We're kind of looking. He has Snatchy, Cookie. That is Murakuma with the glare. And that is Mignon. And then he has Habakiri. That is a known prayers. We're going to go reveal 3 Whale because we know he has something on the field we want to mess with. So we want to be able to take advantage of our Whale and get our Whale live here. You can't really choose randomly out of the same 3 cards. We add Whale to hand. We're kind of waiting for Droll here, but we have the sneaky card in the graveyard. We have Shifter, so we don't have to worry about Droll a whole lot here. We're going to reveal, I believe that is Tremaria to summon face down. I think we summon Whale here face down, which is great. The Enneacraft cards are super cool. They're a fun archetype that I've been wanting to play for a while since they were released. It's a shame they got pushed back as much as they did, but they've been super cool to play. Rick, our judge at Pink Elephant, I was joking with him that I was going to get my money's worth out of him last night, December 30th, and I probably had about 9 different judge calls just because flip effects, man, they're weird. Probably one of the best cards in the whole archetype is Enneacraft Rebirth. We're going to shuffle back Alizonia and Tremaria, and we are going to draw those same cards. So, if you noticed, I put it to graveyard. It should be banished. We're going to correct that here in a second. We'll kind of speed up a little bit through this. Just the kind of the game's keeping stuff of this. We're going to draw 2. We see it. And we're going to decide, what do we do? We're going to look, read our flip effects just to make sure we don't screw anything up. I'm trying to force interact with the prayers. We're going to fall into the Virtuous and send the Albion, and then Vinny goes, hey, wait, you have Shifter. And I go, oh, you're right, that can't happen. So then Rebirth is banished, and I had to read to make sure it was all cards. So now we're doing kind of the weird hand figuring around thing. We saw Soul and Luna in hand. We're going to activate Soul and Luna. We're going to target, I think that's Tail. I don't remember if that's Tail or not. And he has Murakumo. He's going to sit there. He's thinking on a Murakumo effect, potentially. He wants to prayers here to send the Murakumo, because prayers is known. That's the face down card. So that's kind of what we're talking with Rick, our judge, right now. That was Soul and Luna targeting, because we targeted face down here. He is face up here. We're trying to reverse him pretty much. We're just making sure the Soul and Luna would resolve still. And judge determined that's yes. This target's going to hit. This target would miss. So we would still get our flip effect and our flip guy. So we're checking our prayers target here. We'll kind of scrub a little bit because he finds out that that's not a legal play, so it's going to go down. It's actually Pixia. Pixia will go, Murakuma will go face down. I'm just checking attack here to make sure we have something. Pixia is a fun card too. I don't exactly remember what Pixia does off the top of my head. Pixia is just a fun one. It's mandatory 3 of, in my opinion. Pixia's got the flip effect. Once flip face up in the monster zone, your opponent can target cards in field or graveyard card effects. So we just have that effect. We didn't use the quick effect to banish a card face down from your opponent's hand. We did not use that effect this time. So we'll declare Pixia to the Murakumo. We just want Murakumo banished. We're we're going to move to main 2. We set the Fallen of the Virtuous, and we're going to pass. So, I mean, he still has a phenomenal board. We've taken all the damage. We've searched twice. He's going to link 2 for Cups of Yumiway. This is kind of where I sit there like, well, we could Fall into the Virtuous this, but he can just tag out and bring those 2 back, and then he's going to search for Lollipo. Or no, he's going to go Cupsy Marshmallow. So, an unfortunate thing for him to have to go grab here. And so now he's just kind of looking around. What are we going to play? We're going to fast forward through this a little bit. It's Yummy Mitsurugi combos. So we get to another fun point of interaction here to where his board is going to be basically completely full here. So we go to battle phase. So we're going to Fall into the Virtuous. We're going to send Albion. We're going to target Mignon. Okay. He's thinking on the chain. He's going to use Surprise. He's going to bounce the field seal back to his hand. And then he's going to play it again. So I believe the way it went Chainlink 1, Fall into the Virtuous. Chainlink 2, Cupsy Yumiway to tag out. Chainlink 3, Yummy Surprise to bring it back to hand and send it, or and reset it. So, new target, new bodies. So he goes Cookie into Pixia, which will take some damage off that. We're at about 1,000 life points here, roughly. Not yet, almost 1,000 life points. And then he goes Marshmallow to Whale. So, where our Judge Call had to come in here, because I was confused, as you see Rick's feet over here, because Whale was still flipped over, Whale's effect will still go off to Book of Moon his monsters. That can be Book of Moon, obviously. I say Book of Moon, Book of the Eclipse. Flip them face down, they can't change your battle position. So that's kind of what we're discussing here. So it will flip the Marshmallow, the Cookie, the Habakiri, and the Cupsy. Right here is a Cupsy, and right here is a Snatchy. I know the glare is really bad, kind of where we're sitting. We made sure Judge read it a couple times. We all read it a couple times. Their newer cards are a little bit different how they interact. So it saved us, honestly, there. Blocked off 4 zones and left 2 Snatchies. Now, granted, these Snatchies are both gaining 1,000 apiece, so they're not small by any means. And we have no board. We have the Pendulums engraved really quick. Judge will correct it. Just kind of forgetting to put him there just because of all the different stuff that's been happening. We kind of look at our hand. I think I have an Ash Blossom and one of the little guys. Maybe. Yeah, we have Tremoria. So we have 100 life points. That's what you have. You see me signifying with the Stratos dice. Down here on the deck box, we have 100 life points. If you can kind of see it. You might not be able to see it, but we have 100 life points. So, that's the unfortunate reality of what we're dealing with this deck. Is if we start getting low in life points, it's kind of rough. So we show 2 lion and a tail. So 2 lion and a scorpion. We're going to get the tail to our hand, which kind of just is what it is. We just need a body on board, and hopefully we can flip it to some point. It's not great, so we'll just tail. We'll summon. We'll tail to summon again. I think the card up here, actually, if I remember right, is an Ash Blossom that we drew for turn. So we just need to summon the Ash Blossom. Finney's going to think here. He's checking his banishment. He's going to check prayers to read prayers. We get another little interesting ruling portion here. Right here. We're going to tribute to summon Habakiri. We're making sure it's a legal play, because it's a then summon effect, so it's tribute and then summon. So the Habakiri tributes, and then you can summon the Habakiri back. It's kind of what we were discussing here. We kind of go back and forth a little bit. We're asking for targets. We have this dead Habakiri there with the real Habakiri that's been properly summoned. And so that's kind of... Rick's kind of walking around our Judge, just kind of looking, and he goes, actually, yeah, you know what, no, that's good. So, just kind of making sure we're in a proper game state and we're in the right spot. We're going to link off to Dynamondo. And then I did not know that Dynamondo had this effect to shuffle back my shit too. I've played Dynamondo with Drytron. I even had to pick it up and read it. And so he's going to shuffle back the tail. And that just literally leaves a Ash Blossom on the field. And so he's going to go Marshmallow's effect. I'm going to remind him, hey, by the way, I have 100 life points, just so you're aware. He's going to surprise. He's going to bring back Snatchy and Marshmallow, and then he's going to bounce Tremoria and Ash Blossom to hand, and then he literally kills me with Dynamondo, which is hilarious. So we're going to side here. My side deck's kind of weird with this deck. This deck's pretty cool, just because there's not set in stone a correct way to build it. I think there is a wrong way to build it, but there's not a correct way to build it just because it is so new, and I think that's what's pretty enticing about it. We have a lot of like floodgates. I hate to say it. We play a lot of floodgates in the side deck. So here we go. We're going game one, go first. We definitely have field spell in hand. I see that for sure, which is great. We're going to release to place in our pendulum zone. This card is really, really, really good. Shout out to Aaron for the CR copy. We're going to place Alizonia. We're going to go with Alizonia's effect. Ooh, we place Enneacraft first to field spell. Yep, so now we'll go pay 900 to reveal 3. We doing it yet? Haven't done it yet. We place Orgia first. So now we're going to take 900. We're going to get hit with an Ash. So then we'll use Orgia's effect to pay 900. Infinity goes, damn. Well, should have waited. Which, it's just one of those ones where, like, it's a new archetype, it's a new deck. I think we got by a little bit of success with people not knowing how they work. We're going to go for Lion's one of them. We're kind of going through the rest. Lion, and Pixia. Because I believe we have Rebirth in hand. So we randomly get the Lion to our hand. And the Lion's known at this point, so I believe we reveal Lion. Nope, you're going to play Rebirth. Nope, we're going to Tail to summon, which we should have went Lion to summon, just because Lion was already known and Tail wasn't known. So then we'll summon again, then we'll Rebirth, we'll shuffle back Orgia and Alizonia to draw 2, which that's probably where you would want to Ash, would be my guess with this deck. That's because getting card advantage is pretty fire. We'll Tail to summon, and it's Tail. I'm going to summon Tail. You see we have the D-Fissure in hand, which is a stinky card. So just reading Tail, just getting familiar with some of these cards, we'll activate D-Fissure. And we're going to get to, we're reading Enneacraft here. Doesn't necessarily matter. We're going to Habakiri effect, Saji. We're going to Rebirth, since he's special summoned the Saji, and then had to tribute. We can banish the Rebirth because he normally special summon a monster, and we're going to flip Tail over. So we have, anytime a monster hits his graveyard, I believe that's Tail. Anytime a monster hits his graveyard, it's 900 points of damage to him. Yep, so then he's going to get his ritual. He's going to go do it, which, it's funny because Tail and D-Fissure do not go well together. So, you know, we just kind of take what we can get. He's going to Murakuma. So here's another fun one. We're going to go a couple different things here. It's going to get weird. So, Murakuma's effect went off to pop the board. We're going to get this face down Tail whenever a card is activated. That card effect that would destroy a monster you control or a card you control. You can flip it face up. Enneacraft spells and monsters you control don't get destroyed this turn. So, we have Murakuma 1. We have Tail 2. We're just checking on the wording of the card to make sure, like, Lion that's face down would be okay, because that is Lion that's face down. So, that's kind of where we're at. We're talking. We're just making sure everything's okay. We can kind of pick up a little bit here. So, we're going to go 1, 2, Murakuma chain 3. We'll flip Lion because he is responding in response to my card with the Murakuma effect. And we'll Lion. We're just making sure we're still in the right timing, and it's getting weird. We're getting kind of lost, a little confused. Probably more so worried about the stuff we shouldn't have to worry, because we're worried about Tail right now more than anything. So yes, we'll do the Murakuma. He's checking to make sure that's good. He's thinking on the effect, I believe. We're just reading that Tail to see, because it's the effects we're getting confused on, because the wording's a little bit weird. We summoned the Tail on the top off the reverse, so he doesn't have the quick effect portion of it. But the graveyard effect's still there. That's pretty much what we're talking about. We're kind of discussing that there. Just kind of what's doing what. So then we have... He has an activated Murakuma effect, actually. Fun fact. And so, we haven't officially let it resolve. We started picking cards up, and then I read the card as I was about to let the, like, blow up happen. And I made sure this was okay. We flip Tail, or we flip Lion. So the way this is going to go is Lion's going to bounce cards back to our hand. It gets kind of weird here as well. Because this was, luckily, like I said, we got the money out of Rick. Rick loves it. Rick says it makes him a better judge, and he's a great dude. Like, we love having him. especially for moments like these to where we're kind of just going the way we can. So, one thing we talked about here, and since we're in a repairable game state, that's kind of how it happened. Since we went Chainlink 4 of Lion, bounce these two back to hand, Chainlink 3 Murakumo to discard, I now have cards in my hand. It discards on resolution. We can discard to have the tail effect resolve, which is kind of what we'll talk about here, and bing, there's tail. So that's kind of what we did. It got a little weird. So then, I don't know what that card is. It's Marshmallow. He's gonna go here and make his board. We got our stuff bounced. Yeah, and he's gonna go for game. So that's kind of where we're sitting at. Enneacraft is pretty cool. It's pretty fun. We got 3 other duels to show you. We did lose this one, 0-2 to Vinny. Vinny's an animal. Vinny's a great dude. We're gonna link channel to his. We're gonna have a link to his channel down below. Shout out if you like this style of commentating, or you want me just to leave the raw footage and the raw audio and all that stuff. But I like this sort of film session a little bit better personally. It's a little more personal, and we get to kind of talk through the mistakes and get to learn together a little bit, especially with some of these Enneacraft cards, because these are really cool, but they're also really freaking weird. So we did lose in our initial duel with Enneacraft, but it was a lot of fun. Any comments down below? Any deck building tips? Anything you want to see? Let me know. Like, comment, sub. Don't be silly. Wrap your willy.